At the heart of one of America's most liberal cities, a tough-on-crime, pro-business, moderate Democrat has become one of the most popular local leaders in a long time.
Best mayor ever.
Thank you.
Elected to clean up his city, San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie's constant presence on social media has turned the 48-year-old political newcomer and heir to the Levi Strauss fortune into an unlikely local celebrity.
And I'm watching all your videos on TikTok and Instagram.
As we walked around San Francisco's North Beach neighborhood, it seemed as if everybody wanted to talk to him.
Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Io ho votato per lei. I voted for you.
Thank you very much.
How's business?
This is great. Can't complain. You know, with the new administration, you guys, SF has really gone up.
You've now been in office about a year. I want to get to what you've done, and it does seem like there is something of a renaissance going on in San Francisco. But before we get to that, what went wrong in this city? I mean, San Francisco had become the symbol of, in some ways, progressive or liberal failure. What happened here?
We lost our way as a city. We all know that. We had, career politicians that were focused on what was next for them instead of what was best for San Franciscans. And what I've tried to do is focus on getting results for the people of San Francisco.
And what specifically was it? Was it a approach of not enforcing the laws?
I think we got away from the basics of government. Now, today, if you come to San Francisco to commit a crime, we're going to catch you and we're going to prosecute you. If you come to San Francisco to deal drugs or to do drugs, we're going to prosecute you, and we're not going to tolerate it for as long as I'm mayor. And I think we sort of had a laissez-faire attitude. We said, okay, it's somebody's right to do drugs. Our progressive values sort of overtook common sense. We had 812 people die of overdose a few years ago in our city.
In a single year?
In a single year. There's nothing progressive about that. There's nothing progressive about car break-ins. You know, you could drive by blocks and blocks and see car windows smashed. This past year, we're at a 22-year low when it comes to car break-ins. We have fundamentally shifted what's happening and how people feel.
I mean, one of the things that you'd see in San Francisco is kind of wide open, basically drug markets. I mean, people selling, doing drugs just out in the street, you know, no enforcement whatsoever. You still see some of that in this city, but what are you doing to?
We still have our challenges. There's no question. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't go down a few of our streets and see some of the things you saw in the last few years, but we've made great strides. Crime in San Francisco, John, is down 30% citywide. It's actually down 40% in our downtown.
You've taken some heat for being pro-business too. I mean, even when you ran, people were accusing you of, you know, trying to buy your way into the into City Hall, and you know you've talked about bringing in investments and also having, you know, some of the wealthiest companies out here help fund the renaissance that you'd like to see in San Francisco.
Yeah. Listen, I can take that heat. I think what we're doing is working in San Francisco. And yes, I am pro small business. I am pro bringing conventions back to San Francisco. I'm pro big business being here in San Francisco. And my demand of the business community is get involved in our city, get involved in our public schools and in our arts and culture.
What do you make of the new mayor in New York?
Well, I called the mayor the day after he won. We had a very nice conversation. I think New York City is I love it. You know, it's no San Francisco, let's be clear. But I wish him nothing but the best. I want New York to succeed. You know, a lot of people want to try to compare us.
Well, you're both these young mayors. I mean, he's a little younger than you, to be
He's
clear.
A lot younger than I am.
But coming in with talking about real change.
Yeah, I think we both ran against a broken system.
But you have very different approaches. Some would say a different path for the Democratic Party. Is it Mamdani or is it Daniel Lurie?
Yeah, this is what I don't understand about politics. I'm over here in, you know, the greatest city in the world. just focus on getting results for the people of San Francisco.
What about homelessness? You just signed a bill to make it easier to change the zoning to build a more affordable housing, more housing. What's the approach?
Well, we did just pass family zoning, which is going to help us create more affordable housing and more housing at all income levels. But when you talk about homelessness, and when I think about it, it's intertwined with the drug crisis, with fentanyl. We were caught flat-footed as a city in how we respond to it. We kept putting people with addiction into shelter, into housing with no support. We've changed our approach on that here in San Francisco this past year. We're no longer just handing out drug supplies and letting people kill themselves on the street.
Why was that going on?
I think we got to this place where we thought it was somebody's right to continue to use on the street openly in front of our kids. Like, I walk my kids to school and I saw them walking across the street one day. I was walking them and someone was crossing the street high, no clothes on. It was 8 a.m. And I couldn't explain to my kids what was happening on the street.
Now, not long ago, Donald Trump threatened to send the National Guard here to San Francisco. He said crime was out of control and he's going to send in the Guard. You talked to him and you seem to have talked him out of it.
He gave me a call. I was sitting in my car in North Beach.
So he called you?
He did.
Did you know it was him? Was it arranged ahead of time, or did this call just...
I was told by somebody 5 minutes before that I would be getting a call from the president.
Yeah.
I received a call, and his first question was, "How's it going?" And I told him what I'm telling you, and I'm telling the world, and that is San Francisco is on the rise. Our numbers are going in the right direction in terms of our economy. Crime is down. I think people had an outdated notion of what was happening in San Francisco. And so he asked me some questions. I really appreciated him listening, and I think we're proven that it was the right decision.
Was he listening? I mean, was it a back and forth?
It was an almost 30-minute conversation. He asked me if I was a Democrat, and I said, "Sir, I was born and raised in San Francisco. Yes, I'm a Democrat." So I appreciated the conversation with him. I will work with anybody that wants to help San Francisco. And of course, when the president calls, you talk, and it was a conversation.